I finally got one. Oh my god, it took me a day and a half to finally get another De-Atomizer, and that's an absurd amount of time, I know. Like, you don't have to tell me. I know that took way too long to get one De-Atomizer. You guys could probably knock it out within, like, an hour, but me, because I'm bad at the game, it takes me 2 days, so I'm like, I'll take whatever I can get, though. I was lucky to get this. I'll take it, you know, I'll take whatever, but, like, it wasn't even good. It was bad. It was weird. It was unconventional. It shouldn't have happened, but like everything that shouldn't have made it happen ended up making it happen. And so at this point, I'm just kind of like confused. But you know, again, I'll take it. Like I was lucky as hell to get this gameplay. But like, where do you even start with this? Like, well, I guess you could start with the gun. Like the gun's probably the ugliest thing you guys have ever seen. And well, it's a R.A.W with a Trojan sight. And you might be asking, why do you have a Trojan sight on your gun? Like you never use that. And like, you are right, random person. Like, I don't use this. The only reason why I'm using this over the ELO is because one guy on Crusher kept killing me with an Exion with the Trojan sight on it. And like after the 6th or 7th time I died to this guy, camping in his little corner, I was like, all right, buddy, you're gonna keep killing me with that stupid sight. I'm gonna put the sight on my gun and see why you love it so much. Like out of like contempt for him or like out of anger at him for keep camping with that damn thing. But yeah, so I put it on the gun. I ended up forgetting about it until like after I prestiged, and I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to double up on perks until, like, I think it was rank 17 or 18. I usually do that now. You know, I want Blast Shield and my Ghost because I hate dying to BS, and it's always a, like, what's that, the Plasma Grenade or, you know, it's the Cluster Grenade. Something always kills me. Even a Trip Mine every once in a while will just get me. So I want Blast Shield or I want Overclock, something to, you know, make it so I can get my rig's ability faster, like Rewind, so I can just, you know, buzz out of there, or I can, you know, survive the explosion, you know, something, just some safety net. So I just want double perks nowadays. You know, it helps. It honestly helps. So until then, I was just gonna like do goofy shit. I was actually gonna have fun, you know, play the game and do whatever. So that's why this gameplay happened, because I tried out the goofy side. I even had nothing. I had nothing that I would normally use, and that's the dumb thing about it. Like, I was tryharding my ass off for a day and a half using every tryhard thing I could think of off the top of my head. Like I had FTL with phase shift and whatever that ability is that, you know, makes it so you can pick up cooldown payloads or whatever it is. So I could have phase shift literally forever. I had, you know, of course, the synaptic with propulsion and rewind. I did all of that. I had the MV4. I had the KBAR 32. You know, I used those tryhard guns over everything. I put down the trencher, and I love the trencher. I love it, but I put it down. I put down the E-Rad. I also love the E-Rad. Put down the R.A.W. Yeah, I kind of like the R.A.W, but I put it down until this gameplay. The Karma 45 Armageddon, which I'm starting to like a lot. You know, the Wreck, Wasteland. I put down all those guns to just use the 2 most overused guns in the game to guarantee somehow that I could get a De-Atomizer. And I couldn't do it. I kept dying on 17s, 18s, a 20, a 22, and just to the dumbest things, I would just end up dying, and it I did everything in my power. In my mind, I did everything in my power to get just one De-Atomizer, get any De-Atomizers, just anything. But I couldn't do it. And it's just, it happens here, like when I use the R.A.W with this dumb sight, honestly. And after it gets nerfed, like I always use guns after they get nerfed. That's another thing that I hate myself for. Like whether it's the, what was it, the AN94 from BO2, what was it, the MTAR-X from Ghost. God, there's a whole laundry list. There's the BAL 27 from Advanced Warfare, the ASM-1 as well. Like, I use all these guns. I'm like, oh, wow, this gun's great. Only for someone to tell me, like, oh, yeah, it was much better in the past. And I'm just, all I can do is sit there and say, well, I can't do much about that now, can I? So it just doesn't leave you with a good feeling. And again, with the R.A.W, I think they increased the recoil. So, and I'm not using a foregrip because I'm not high enough level to equip it, because I can't have 3 attachments. So, again, it's like, well, I guess you could say the nerf didn't really do anything, but in another point of view, it just, again, I use guns after they get nerfed, and it sucks. My timing is terrible, but yeah, so on top of that, I use the Warfighter rig, and I never, ever use the Warfighter rig. I don't, because it doesn't offer enough, and what it does offer, I really, really hate, and I'm talking about the Claw here. I hate the Claw because everyone just sprays away with it, and, you know, what was it called, the Overdrive, you know, it can help, like, if you're, I guess, playing uplink, but in normal situations, it just doesn't help unless you have like a shotgun, and I hate shotguns too, so I'll never really use Overdrive, and Combat Focus is really the only other viable one. And, you know, Combat Focus, it just doesn't have the same oomph as like the other rigs. Like, it doesn't have, what's it called, Rewind, doesn't have, you know, Phase Shift, doesn't have the Steel Dragon, doesn't have, you know, what's it called, is it called Kinetic Armor? Or whatever it's called, whatever the armor, like the equivalent from BO3 is in, you know, Infinite Warfare. You know, it doesn't hold up to any of those because it's an extra thing. It's not a safety net, it's not a weapon. It's just an extra thing to have that if you can make the, you know, good use out of it, it helps. But, you know, if you can't, like if you end up dying, like it doesn't help your game. It just makes it so you can get streaks faster. So you have to have the confidence that you can use it, you know, effectively, and that's not always there. So it's like a wild card, and you know, I'd much prefer a certainty over a wild card, so that's why I'll go with rewind, or you know, whatever kinetic armor is for the Merc, if hopefully it's called that. I'll go phase shift, like all those other ones which I much prefer. I'll just use those, and I won't even touch Warfighter. And because you know, Warfighter, everyone uses claw, I just don't like that rig. Like that's my dumb logic. I just don't like it. So I ended up using that, you know, the rig I'd never used since like, or haven't used since, you know, January, and ended up getting this. So ended up getting that De-Atomizer. So it's just weird. Like it just doesn't make sense to me, but you know, it's whatever. I guess on a brighter note, the gun skill, hopefully you guys noticed that it's maybe a little bit better. I'm getting more used to the game, so hopefully that kind of reflects in the quality of the gameplay itself. And you know, I'm showing you guys the gameplay that's not the De-Atomizer, because I really wish that this was the gameplay that got it. Like, I'm a lot prouder of these clips than like the one that I got with the De-Atomizer, because I'm more aggressive, it's faster paced. Like that's the whole gist of like, you know, Infinite Warfare. That's what I'm gonna miss when we go to World War II, because you can't just jump around, do all this finessing, and like you just can't outgun, like outjump and outgun like the opponent. Like that's the greatest thing about this game, is when you can use those two abilities like to your like the greatest potential, and then like you just use them and you beat the opponent. Like it's the best feeling ever when you do that. Like especially a group of people, you just, you know, just move out of the way of their bullets and just get everyone. Like that's the best thing ever. But you can't do that in World War II anymore, and I don't know, I'm gonna miss that so much. But hopefully, like, you know, you guys enjoy the gameplay. Like that's the most important thing here, is that you guys enjoy the gameplay. You know, that's the most I could hope for. But so, anyways, yeah, I got a De-Atomizer. I'll try and get more. Hopefully, you know, with these other guns, I was trying to prove a point. Like, if I can use the most overused guns, I'm guaranteed a De-Atomizer. But I couldn't do it. I had to do this really dumb one, like that shouldn't have happened, but it ended up happening. So now I'm just like thrown for a loop here, because I used to think like if you use the MV4, if you use the K-Bar 32, you're eventually going to get it. But like I tried so hard and I couldn't do it. So I was like rethinking it, and then I just, you know, I wasn't even going for it really until I noticed like I was on a Ruthless. I was like, oh hey, I could get a De-Atomizer. So I ended up doing it, but it was kind of boring. It was more campy, and I don't like really playing that way because it's just not entertaining to watch. So it's just, it leaves me really mixed. Like I have a De-Atomizer, like I'm happy I have one, but it's not a good one, and that just leaves me so confused. But anyways, yeah, so hopefully, you know, like I said, you guys just enjoy the gameplay again. I'll figure out how I'm gonna divvy up the De-Atomizers, because I move into my apartment next Sunday, so I don't have a lot of time to be getting gameplay, and I don't have a lot of time to be, you know, talking like this. I can't, you know, talk really loud at my new apartment because the walls are very thin. I have someone above me, someone below, like to the left of me, or no, to the right of me. My apartment's on the far left, so I can't talk like this anymore, and it's gonna suck. But you know, I just have to, you know, I have to have some consideration. I have to, a lot of consideration. You know, there are more tenants. It's not just me. You know, there are a lot of people around me, and I have to take them into consideration. So it's whatever. You know, it's gonna suck for the YouTube, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So you know, I'm just gonna try and enjoy it now. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go back to try and get another De-Atomizer. Hopefully, it doesn't take a day and a half again. And I guess until next time, guys, you know, thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully, again, you enjoy the gameplay. And until next time, guys, have an awesome day. I will see you all in the next video.